Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis, and I like to introduce the wonderful team that God has provided me. And I'll start with Faith, my faithful assistant, Faith. Faith's been my assistant since the day she was born. She used to sit on the podium with me and do announcements. And then later she and her sister would do affirmation cards at the end as ushers, kind of. And for the last 5 years, she's been my official assistant. And behind the scenes, as you say, hi, good morning, hello, she's the one who answers you as me. So I always check to see, later if there's anything I need to add. But most of the time, she knows me better than I know myself. Just the other night when she brought me home from the airport, I said, could you go get me a thing of iced tea? And she came downstairs and there's 2 different iced teas. She looked at it and went, yep, that's hers. And so the other one was Lynn. So she does know me better than I know myself half the time. Thank you for being here. We couldn't do this without you. Also, she is our soloist and going to be doing Use Me by the Agape Choir today because we are doing visioning again. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then my partner in crime, the wise and powerful Oz, he does our praise and praise out and does our 1-minute miracle at the end. He was my first baby practitioner, which means he took all of his training with me, and he was my board president for years until he moved to Florida. He is now stuck in Wisconsin, awaiting the effects of the hurricane to be gone.
Yeah, should be back this week though.
Oh, okay. Did I hear there's another hurricane on its way?
Well, there's a tropical depression that I'm watching, but it only has a 20% chance of forming in 5 days. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I love getting stranded someplace by a bad event that keeps me away from a hurricane. That's a good thing.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a reason for everything. Aurela's properties got hit pretty hard. So, but everybody.
All I lost was a fence and some debris, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for being here, Oz. We sure do love you. We appreciate you while you're in Wisconsin and you can be here with us. Yeah. All right. As I said, today's topic is visioning. We like to do visioning at the end of each quarter. This is actually the beginning of a new quarter, but that's okay. Timing is everything, And say hi, hello, good morning. If you're here, there's a watch party button that you can use to invite all of your friends to watch, and they can get an idea of what we talk about here on Sundays. And it's a great opportunity for you to talk to them one-on-one because you can't disturb anybody. So click that watch party button and invite all of your friends. All right. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Presence of God, ever present, for God is in everything, as everything, in all places, for all time. Eternal and omnipotent, it runs the entire universe. Down to the smallest atom and subatomic particle, the presence of God is always there. And I know that it is here in me and there in you. It is in each event that we encounter, and it is in all things that could possibly be. I know that there is a blessing waiting each and every one of us as we go through our lives, and blessing after blessing unfold as we allow them. I know these blessings occur right here, right now, through us, in us, as us. I know this is good and very good, and I give thanks that this is so. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. All right, this next song is one of Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver's. And she wrote most of her songs while she was in practitioner training. And so her songs are very representative of what we teach. And this one is called We Are All One, reminding us that we are connected by God, through God, as God.
We are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. I hear it and know it, my being. Spirit is all I am seeing. For God is all there is. Grateful am I to be living, open to what I receive, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. Yes, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it.
All right. If you're here, say hi, hello, good morning. Let us know that you're here. If you stop by later, just say hi, just so we know who's here. When we're in a facility, I can look out and see the shining faces looking back at me. But with this software, I don't have that opportunity. So it's always a pleasure to know who has been here or who is here. So please do that. If you find something that you like in either the sermon or what Faith is singing or Oz is praying, use that like button, that thumbs up button. And if you really love something, of course, send us hearts. We love to get love. And if something strikes you as very powerful, please use the wow button. It's really good feedback that we need to have so we know when we're on target. So, all right. Without further ado, we're going to have Faith singing Use Me by the Agape Choir.
Thank you.
Use me, oh God. I stand before you and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to be. God is the sun. God is the sun. But God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator. All is down. God needs us to shine His light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand before you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do, all that is to bear my hand. What must they do? Command my life. It's all for you. God is the sun that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things right. God needs us to shine His light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand before you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine His light. God needs us to shine His light. God needs us to shine His light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand before you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you, Faith. That was beautiful. Oh, goodness. So for those of you who have never done visioning before, I want to go through an explanation of how it came about and all of that. I mean, churches have been doing visioning for years and years and years. So it's not a new process, but Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, who you may be familiar with from, oh gosh, I can't think of the movie he was in now. But, and he's on Oprah, and he's fairly well known in the world. Anyway, he came up with a reason for the process and perfected the process. So his explanation of how spiritual progress is that when we first get involved in spirituality, even before that, we are trained to believe that everything is done to us. So we're in that victim state pretty much. And it's not a bad thing. It's just part of the process. But we believe that God does things to us when we're being raised like that. And so we don't feel like we have any power, which makes us feel like victims, right? And what's really true is that we do have power. Well, we begin to have a worldview, the idea that the world does things to us and we have no control or power. All right, so the next stage is the to it stage. And that's the stage that most of our students who are beginning students find out. And we call it the manipulation stage. And that is, we understand that there are spiritual laws in the universe and that we can affect those laws by the use of them. And so we teach our students to be in a laboratory of sorts in their lives where they show themselves or prove to themselves that this stuff works. And one of the things that I teach my beginning students is to pray for parking spaces. And I've had people say to me, well, isn't that the wrong use of God? First of all, I don't think there is a wrong use of God. But second of all, practice makes perfect. And I know that as we are able to manifest a parking space, we begin to understand that we can do to it, meaning God. We can do to God. And because we can do that, we understand that we have some power and control. Not the control. Control's an illusion anyway, but we have power. And then the third stage is through us. When we understand that it's not doing something to us and we're not doing something to it, but instead we realize that God cannot do anything for us that it cannot do through us. And so prosperity is a perfect example. God doesn't just throw things at us until we find the thing that we want. We set the parameters, but it happens through us. It doesn't happen to us. It doesn't happen. We don't manipulate God to the point where it provides for us. What happens is we begin to be a conduit through which God's prosperity can come. Same thing with love, same thing with health. We have a divine blueprint within us of that perfect health. And it can only provide for us what it can provide through us. Now, notice I'm calling it an it. Our version of God is not one that is a wise judge in the sky with white hair and white robes and a white beard. Our version of God is not something that a person who listens to us pray and goes, okay, I'll rescue that person. Our version of God is a divine intelligence that knows knows possibilities. Let's put it that way. As humans, we only see about this much, and God sees the entire picture. I have to laugh sometimes when people tell me, what about the Garden of Eden? They were hiding from God. You can't hide from God because God is in you. It is through you. And so it can only provide to us that which it can provide through us. So we open ourselves as a conduit for that. And the last stage of development, spiritual development, once we've gotten through all three of those stages, is to know that God does for us as us. And that's when we stop praying for specific things and instead pray to be more available to God. Okay? And so when it works as us, things just come naturally. We don't really have to think about, gee, I need $10,000 or whatever. It just naturally comes to us because we are now functioning in the world as God. Not that we are all of God, but we are functioning in the world as God. And so everything is given to us as us. All right. Now, there's a difference between visualization and visioning. So I always like to point that out because visualization is where we pick a goal that we have in mind and we visualize ourselves getting to that goal. Now, that's been done in the sports arena for a very long time. Athletes have done that. Golfers in particular visualize themselves winning the cup, or other athletes visualize themselves winning player of the year or whatever their particular thing is. And it comes to fruition through their visualization. And high-powered executives use it in terms of the success of their companies. And I know that a lot of actors who have used it in perfecting their craft. So visualization is a very good tool to use for manifestation. However, as I said before, we only see this much as humans, and God sees a much bigger picture. So when we're willing to be open to receive the information God within us has for us, then our life becomes so much better. Not specific things necessarily, but we get an idea of what it is we need to work on in our own life to become a better conduit through which God's work can be done. So that's the difference between visualization and visioning. Visualization is putting it out there, and visioning is drawing it in. We are open to receive information from that God within us. Okay. And depending on our gift order, which I talk about from time to time, it will either get a picture, a feeling, or we'll get a sound, or we may just know something and not know how we know it. And so as we're doing this visioning process, I want us to not get focused on picturing an image as much as allowing ourselves to receive the information in a way that our particular personality learns best or receives information best. So don't get caught up in, oh my God, I didn't get a picture. Just let yourself either experience it as feeling or as a picture or as a sound or just a knowing. It doesn't really matter. A word will pop in your head. You don't really necessarily have anything attached like a picture, a sound, or a feeling. It's just a word that pops in your head. So honor that, because it's very important to this process. Now I'm going to ask 3 questions. I'm going to go over those real quick before we start it. Excuse me. The first question is, what is God's vision for my life in this quarter, this upcoming quarter? And you, again, will either get a feeling, a word, a sound, or a picture. And then we're going to hold on to that. And then I'm going to ask, what must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? Meaning that if I want love, I must become love. So there's a spiritual principle that I must embody in order for God's vision to manifest through me. Again, it's working as us and through us. And so we need to prepare the vessel. And so what must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? And then the third and final question is, what must I release in order to become that? Now, that could be as simple as forgiving a person. That could be something as simple as letting go of an object. Or, we all have grief around people and animals that have died. Maybe we need to let go of the grief so we can move on. So that answer is going to be, all of these answers are just going to be particularly to you. You're going to get a different answer than I will. And at the end, I usually ask people to just share what the answers are. You can do it in the comments to solidify, to make it concrete, kind of like an NLP thing, where you're cementing in those answers so you don't forget. So anyway. All right, without further ado, I'm going to run us through a little meditation first, and then I will get to asking those questions. All right, let's begin. So right now, where you are, just imagine that there is a ball of light that is connecting all of us, that there are wagon wheel kind of spokes that come out from that to each one of us. But in the center of all of us is this big ball of light, pulsating and moving with the heartbeat of the earth. And now imagine that it grows and it comes through those spokes until each of us is immersed in that beautiful light. It's just this one big ball of light surrounding and enfolding us, pulsating. And we notice that our heartbeat is pulsating with it. And it matches that rhythm. As we allow ourselves to just fully be present with that ball of light. And now imagine, if you will, that this ball of light fills up your entire house, or whatever structure you're in at the moment. There are no individual people, there are no individual rooms, there are no individual animals. There's only that big pulsing ball of light filling your house, and it is absolutely resplendent with this light. And then enlarge it a little more to include your neighborhood. Noticing there are no individual houses any longer, just that beautiful pulsating ball of light. The godlike light, as I like to call it. Enlarge it one more time to include your city or town. And you notice there are no more individual businesses or individual houses or individual anythings. Just that big ball of light pulsating at the heart of it all. Enlarge it again to encompass the state or province that you're living in. No individual towns or cities or districts. Enlarge it again to fill the country that you are living in. Notice that there are no more states or provinces. There's only one big one in the entire country. And now imagine that it fills the earth. One big pulsating ball of light. There are no longer individual countries. There's the earth. And it's pulsating ball of light within it. And then one final time, enlarge it so it encompasses the entire universe. No more individual countries, no more individual planets. Only this big pulsating ball of light. And we sit with that, recognizing the healing balm that it is. It fills our soul with so much joy and goodness and harmony and peace. We are just full to the brim. And you can now take whatever you would like from this ball of light, whatever you need to complete your healing on this earth. We offer it to the world as well, that any individual or group of people or country can accept this healing balm for themselves. It lights up the world and heals all who come in contact with it. Just sit for a moment and enjoy that feeling. For that is totally unconditional love of God. Breathe in the goodness. Allow anything that is unlike that goodness to just purge right now in the out breath. Only goodness, only peace, only life, only love. And knowing that you can return here anytime you like in your mind, you travel back on a beam of light that was the original wagon wheel spoke, back to your home, keeping your eyes closed and staying in the state of beauty and love. We ask ourselves this very important question. We ask God, what is God's vision for my life in this final quarter of 2022? Pay attention to how you receive the information, whether it's a picture or a sound or a feeling or just a word. Just pay attention to it. What is God's vision for my life in this final quarter, 2022? What is God's vision for my life? And now placing that word or picture or sound or feeling in my spiritual pocket to retrieve later. We ask ourselves this next very important question. What must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? What spiritual principle must I embody in order to become the vessel? What must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? Again, we're either going to get a word, a picture, a sound. Some people even just get colors, a feeling. What must I become in order to be the vessel through which that vision manifests through me? What spiritual principle must I embody? Place that answer in your spiritual pocket as well. As we ask ourselves this third and final question of the process, what must I release in order to become that? What situation or person must I release or forgive in order to become that spiritual principle that allows me to be the vessel through which God's vision manifests through me? Again, you're probably going to get either a picture, a sound, a word, or a feeling. Just honor how it comes to you. What must I release? What is standing in the way of me becoming that spiritual principle that creates me as the vessel through which God's vision manifests through me? Now place that answer in your spiritual pocket, and I'm going to ask one final question. What else do I need to know? What information do I need for this process? Additional information. What else do I need to know? See that in our spiritual pocket. I claim right now for each one of us the information that we have received, the vision that God has for our life. I claim it. For I do know that God is simply all there is, all there ever has been, and all there is, ever will be. All there is right now. One life, one power, one presence, one being. And that is where I find myself, in the midst of God. My very essence, my very life, my very being is who and what I am. And every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that ancient wisdom of ages that flows through me. God's wisdom. I know that same truth to be so for this wonderful team that I have to manage, that God has provided me. For I know that that same power, that same presence, that same wisdom flows through Lynn and for Faith and through Oz, through Tina and Karen and Elaine. For we are one in it. And we as human doings carry out the actions to bring all of this life to earth. It is who and what we are. And every action, every thought, every deed is guided and led by that ancient wisdom of the ages that flows through all of us. I know the same truth to be so for everyone present here, whether that be in real time or later on. For we are truly one. There is no place where one leaves off and the other begins. Just this unbroken unity, this wholeness of life that is us. Takios and all my brethren, we are one. So I bless this week. I know that as we ponder and act from the information that we have gotten in this visioning, our lives are blessed 10 times over. Things easily and effortlessly come to us to assist us in this process of manifesting God's vision for our life. I know it continues as this is the final quarter of the year, and I know that we end the year of 2022 with a blessing that is God. So this next 3 months, we celebrate and embody and worship this power of God, this vision of God, this life of God. I know for every name that is in the ministry of prayer this week that whatever condition you're experiencing, God is the power beneath that, the power to overcome it, the power to release it, the power to heal it here and now. I celebrate that as well. I claim it in their names as good and very good and done. And so my heart just fills with gratitude to know it's done, to be of service in this way, to allow God into my life and out through my life. I give great thanks. And I just let it be. And so it is. Amen. Ooh, I went out there this time. All right, this is our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to express your gratitude for that which you have already created in the physical realm, or that you have created in the mind of God and have not yet seen in the physical realm. But this is your time to give thanks for that, to let the magnetic pulse of the universe provide for you through your gratitude and thanksgiving. So I'm going to invite you in a few minutes to go to www.oasiscsl.org. And about 2/3 down the page is an offering affirmation, and directly under that is a Contribute Now button. But I want to talk a little bit about what you're contributing to, because we don't have a facility. So you're not contributing to rent or utilities or minister salary or any of that good stuff. What you're contributing to is us reaching into the world and healing people one at a time. Because, you know, we're already in the UK and the Netherlands, Holland, Great Britain, Germany. We have a following in Germany as well. But we would like to reach the entire world and uplift and inspire every person. And it takes money to do that. You have to market it. You have to let people know that you're there. And so we work with one person at a time, basically. We heal the world one person at a time. So that's what you're contributing to. So please now go with me, whether you're here in real time or later on, to www.oasiscsl.org. And there you're going to find the offering affirmation about 2/3 down the page. And say that with me right now. This perfect gift is spirit and form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give, and joyously I receive. And so it is. Press that Contribute Now button and help us get God's message into the world to uplift and inspire each person. Okay, let's see. I have all of these announcements here. We are canceling the upcoming class because we did not get enough interest in it. We'll try again in January, so be thinking about whether you would like to take a course from us. It's a 10-week course. It's great. It helps you apply the principles we've been talking about and to a specific area of your life. You set a goal at the first week, and we measure it, and then we have a measured result at the end. So definitely be thinking about it in terms of January. All right, we have this wonderful team of licensed practitioners from coast to coast that is our God Squad. They are the healing arm of the church, and so important to what we do. So if you would like prayer for something, please put it in the comments section. If you don't want it to be public, you can, of course, DM myself or Faith, and she will make sure it gets on the private-facing group page on Facebook, where our God Squad picks up the prayer requests. No one can see it but the God Squad, and so it's very private. And then if you would like to be part of the God Squad and you're not a licensed practitioner, that's okay. As long as you agree to do affirmative prayer, meaning no asking, no beseeching, but stating the affirmation that it is done, as long as you're willing to do that every single day for a week, and keep those requests confidential, meaning you don't even say anything to your spouse or your family at all. No one can know what those prayer requests are except the God Squad. So if you're willing to do all of that, type yes in the comments section, and Faith will add you to our group page for that. And if you'd like to be part of our online community, type more, and we will add you to the public-facing group page we have on Facebook that allows you to get information before anyone else gets it. Okay? All right. And so also know that we have Oz here for our 1-minute miracle at the end of the service. It's not a time for counseling, but it is a time where you can share with him what you are experiencing, and he will stop, drop, and pray with you right then and there. And you reach out to him through video chat. If he doesn't answer right away, it probably means that he's with someone else and will be with you shortly. So try back again. Our licensed practitioners are available by appointment for a fee for spiritual guidance. You need to reach out to them either by Facebook or our website. Let them know you would like an appointment, and they will arrange payment. I don't get involved in that. Some use Venmo, some use Cash App, some use PayPal, some use Wise. I don't know which practitioner uses what, but you can reach out and ask them, and you'll pay for your session, and then they'll arrange an appointment for you, and they will reach out to you by video chat at the appointed time. I'm losing my voice. That's just not great. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Okay. And look at my brain here. There we go. All right. So first we have Brooks and Bailey. And these are mala beads from Brooks and Bailey. I like the amethyst ones, so I special ordered them. They're $60. They have other ones that are $30 and on up, depending on what gemstone they're using. But all the proceeds go to Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue, which is a very worthy cause. And you contact them by brooksandbailey0307@gmail.com or on their Facebook page. I try to post their events whenever they post them. I try to repost them so you can see when they're at a show or an event. Okay, Faith, your turn.
And please check out my metaphysical shop. The website no longer works, but you can order through Instagram and Facebook. Just private message us on either one, and we'd love to get that sent to you guys. We have intention jars for whatever you are currently working on, as well as kits to make them yourself, and bath salts that help focus your intention as well while you are in a bath.
I'm going to let Faith do the rest of the announcements because I'm losing my voice.
Yes, so let me go ahead and get this off the screen if I can find it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. And we love to support those that support us, and we could not be able to do music without Fairy Lane Silver and Karen Drucker. So first off, Fairy Lane Silver's website is listed below as well as in the comments. Please check out her music. She has amazing stuff. We've been doing a lot of it the last 4 weeks in our Back to Basics series. She is not able to update her website, so you will have to reach out to her for payment with your order. So please reach out to her. I believe her email is listed on there. She travels around the world singing and has all the CDs in the trunk of her car and is amazing about getting them to you. So please check her out. And then we also have Karen Drucker. Her website works. You can buy songbooks, CDs, karaoke files. She donated her entire collection to us so that we can do music. So please check her out. Some of the songbooks even have American Sign Language, which is one of my favorite things about the songbooks. But you can order with her through her website. I'm trying to think what else I'm missing, because I don't have my outline because I was not ready. So we are going to go ahead and move into our final song while I figure out what else. Oh, and check us out. Duh. Thank you, Tucker. See, we both have to be each other's brain, guys. This is how this partnership works. And I don't think we could do it without each other. So please check out our website, www.oasiscsl.org. On there, you can find photos of events that we used to do. All of our sermons are on there as well. you can access all of the sound files from years prior through SoundCloud under S. Tucker, as well as YouTube. It has all of the video sermons from the last almost 3 years now. So those are also under S. Tucker and on the website. So please check those out and check us out and see what kind of things to expect from us. We're now going to move into our closing song. If you know the words, sing them loud and sing them proud, because it's an amazing meme to get stuck in your head, and it truly will bless your life.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And I know the blessings of God flow effortlessly in us, as us, through our lives, in all that we meet, in all that we encounter, and all that we become. We allow God to move through us and produce the miracles all around us. And I give thanks for this process, and I know that it is good and very good, and I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you all so much for being here with us this amazing Sunday morning. We know there's 1,000 places you could be, and we are so happy that you joined us. Please join us every morning, 10:30 a.m. on Sundays. And stay safe, wear a mask, enjoy the fall, and we will see you all next week.
We love you.
Mhm.